What's going on, you guys? I'm back. I know it's not Thursday, but I figured I'd pop on again. I wanted to say congratulations to the members that are new to the community. I know you are having a blast over there, and I know you're gonna have great information. You're gonna get taken care of over at the housing department. For those of you who don't know, I help you open up your own independent living homes. And for those who don't know what independent living is, essentially what we do is we house the homeless, right? They could be homeless for a myriad of reasons, right? It could be because of their credit. It could be because they have a background. It could be because they just don't have any money and they can't afford it, right? So that's where we come in. That's where we help. All right. You can do this in any state, so you don't have to worry about, hey, Virginia, Massachusetts, PA, can we do it over here? You can do this in any state, okay? You don't need a license. You don't need any type of fancy degree. You don't need those things. You'll be able to do it, okay? Hey, baby, welcome in. And it may be easier than you think. It's not the easiest, but it's easier than a lot of people think. So you will be able to do this. How we get paid, right? We get paid to a room, right? We get paid per bed. We do offer private rooms. However, if you want to make, thank you, baby. If you want to make more, more income, basically, we house two to a room. All right. So how we get paid is private pay. A lot of people like to think that the homeless community doesn't have any money. They do. They have money. They have their Social Security checks. They have their SSDI checks. They have their pension checks. They have their veteran benefits. So they have money. They just don't have housing. Thank you, guys. Do you like my new setup? I'm trying to spruce it up. Terrence setup. We look boring. But yeah. So I just lost my train of thought. But anyway, if you are looking to get into independent living, I suggest that you do it. My whole purpose of getting into independent living, I don't have like a, what do you call that? Like a grand story, like a heartfelt story. I don't have one of those. I was trying to leave my job. I wanted to leave my job. That is how I got into independent living. And I was able to. I opened mine up back in 2025 and I was able to leave my job. And I ain't looked back since. So if that's what you want to do, you'll be able to do it, okay? And if that's not something that you want to do, that's fine too. You don't have to absolutely leave your job. You can stay at your job. You can work a 9 to 5 and do your independent living. You could do both things. People do it all the time. Okay. So if you're looking, hi, Mindset Elevation, welcome in. If you need step by step, I got you. Okay. I wanted to tell you guys, I don't know if you're new here or if you were on yesterday, mentorship is now available. Okay, I'm very happy about that, only because a lot of people were asking, and at the time I didn't offer. Now I'm offering. And the mentorship, let me tell you, it's lit over there. I don't know if you guys want to just go check it out, because if you want to open up your own, if you want to secure your first, your second, your third home, right? You'll be able to do this. You're not without help over there. You're not without help in the community, okay? You would even get, we're going to show you how to get paid being a referral source, right? So you can get paid even without having a house. I tell you no lie, right? And you do get step-by-step training, so you're not alone. We're right there. If you got questions, we got answers, okay? You got problems, we got solutions. We got you, I promise. And there's weekly coaching, weekly live coaching. And on top of that, right? Hold on, let me write something down. We do call the organizations with you. So if you're like me and you're not the best over the phone when you're talking to like the organizations and things like that, or the counselors or the social workers, we'll be on the call with you. Okay, you're not by yourself. You're gonna have a solid list of organizations that you can call. So you're gonna be working. All right, we got you. There's gonna be proven scripts, proven templates, all for you to use. It's all set out for you, so you can't lose. Okay. It's a clear game. Sorry, I can't even talk. A clear game plan for you, so you can't mess it up. The only way you can mess this up is if you sit on your hands and you do nothing. Okay, we can't physically do it for you because we live in different states, right? So you would have to do the physical work, but everything else, we got you. Okay, you can't fail. Only way you can fail, I'm telling you, is if you sit on your hands and you do absolutely nothing. All right, otherwise than that, you're going to be good. They're really getting it over there. Some people are on their third house already. All right, so if you want community, if you need that step-by-step, if you need live training, it's all over there. All right, if you want to check that out, that's in the link in my bio under the housing department. That is the mentorship. That is the community. It's a big community over there. So you'll find people who are like ahead of you because they've been there already. So if you have a question, probably they're going to answer you because they already know. They've already been trained. They already know what they're doing. Everybody's very helpful over there. I promise you. Okay. Did I just see Grace in here? Hi, honey bun. I swear I just saw Grace's name. Anyway, hi, baby. In independent living, you guys, it's very straightforward. We only provide housing, okay? That is it. Let me put my notification on. I don't see you on you no more. I was on yesterday, honey. I was on yesterday. Good to see you. For those that don't know, we only provide the housing, you guys. A lot of you are getting it confused because some of you in your daytime job, your regular 9 to 5, you think they're transferable skills. Like if you're nursing or if you're a counselor in your daytime job, you can't then transfer those skills over to your independent living. We are only housing operators. We only provide the housing, which is good because we don't have all that responsibility on our backs. Okay, we stick strictly to the housing. We don't provide medication. We don't provide bathing, dressing, any of that. Okay, we can't do that. That is illegal. We will get shut down. So please don't do that. Just stick strictly to the housing. Okay. Hi, Grace. Hi, honey. But if you do have any questions, please feel free to just drop them in the comment section. Good and great mentor. I am telling you guys. Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you, Gracie. Gracie, I think Gracie's on her second home. Yeah, I think I posted her home a while back. But yeah, Madam Yura, thanks for stopping by. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comment section. When you guys are out, right, and you're looking for these houses, even though I tell you, like, try to get the house last, if you don't already own them, like, try to get it last because you don't want to get your house and then you're going to be sitting on a bunch of bills. You still have to pay those utilities. You still have to pay that rent. Okay, go out and you make your connections first. Okay, you figure out what demographic you're going to house, pick that demographic, and then you go out and you market. Okay, don't set up your house first and then do your market second. Don't do that. You're going to fail before you even get started, and you're going to have a headache, and you're going to be all over the place, and you'll be like, oh my God, a shared living doesn't work. It does. You're just doing things out of order. That's all. And I wanted to touch on this because I got a couple people in the DM. Because I was talking about this last night. Madam Yor, what do you need help with? If you have any questions, tell me. For the men or women who have a background, right? If you have a background already, like you did something in your past, misdemeanor, felony, whatever, right? You getting started? Okay. All right. If you have any questions, just drop them. But if you need like step-by-step, there's the video guide is always there. But like I said, the mentorship is popping. It's probably lit tonight. And after I get off, I'm going over there. That's where we offer everything. A couple gentlemen in the DM were saying how they have a background, and which is fine. If you have a background, if you have like a felony or some misdemeanor charges, it's okay. All right. This is not the job market. You know, nobody's going to push you away. Nobody's going to look at your history and say you don't qualify, or why is your working history so patchy? You don't have to worry about that. You could get back on your feet as well. You can use this as a stepping stone and get right back in the game. Okay. You can change your life too. You can change your life around too. So you're not out the game. Okay. I just want you guys to know that because some people, do fear that. And you don't have to. You don't have to at all. You're still a part of the game. You can still do it. Nothing's stopping you. Nobody's going to check. You're fine. Okay? You are absolutely fine. And I don't know what demographic anybody wants to. How many people are you helping? There's about 500 now in the community. In the mentorship, yeah. About 400 and something, but close to 5. I'm telling you, Madam Yura, it's all laid out for you. All right, it's set up so that you can't lose. All right, like I was telling everybody before, the only way that you'll lose is if you sit there and you do absolutely nothing, because the information is given to you, the help is there, but you physically have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yes, madam, the homeless. We help the homeless. We house the homeless. And please don't think that they don't have money, because they do. Okay? That's who we house. And it doesn't matter what demographic you house. You can house veterans. I know a lot of people like veterans, right? But kind of think outside the box, you guys. Don't always shoot for the veterans. Please go for the children aging out of foster care. Please go for the children and women, single mothers with children, single fathers with children, mental health. Everybody's afraid of mental health, and I'm not asking you to take on more than what you can handle, but some of the mental health community, they're fine. Once they're on their medication, they're fine. I house mental health, right? I house mental health, I house veterans, and I house seniors. Okay, you can house mental health, even traveling nurses if that's something that you want to do. Men and their children, if that's something that you want to do. The men and women coming out of incarceration, if that's something that you want to do. There's so many demographics that you can choose from. You don't have to just choose from the veterans. There's more people out there who need your help. I promise you that. Okay? Wherever there's a homeless demographic, you'll always have clientele. So it's not like, oh my God, I'm not going to have any clients. The way the United States is set up, you're always going to have clients. Okay? Always, unfortunately. Right? Hey, Lady Q, what's going on? And if you get into it, right? If you get into it and you feel like you go into it with one thought, like, hey, I want to house children, women and children. And you get into it and you realize this is something that you don't want to do, like that demographic is just too hard for you, or it's just not what you thought. Like I said, you can always pivot. You're not stuck there. This is not, thank you for sharing the live, baby. I appreciate you. You're not stuck there. You don't have to stay there. There's no rule saying, oh, I pick children, women and children, so I got to stay there. No, you don't. You can always pivot. You can change your mind. I change my mind. People change their mind all the time. Okay? If it's not working, just pivot. Okay? If you change your mind to now you want to house the men and women coming out of incarceration, it's fine. It's not a big deal. You don't have to go out and start all over again. It's a simple pivot. Okay? You don't have to go out and try to take back your flyers or call back the agencies and take your flyers back because now you're no longer serving that community. No, you can leave those flyers out there. All you have to do, because you're not housing that demographic, you pitch your flyers somewhere else. You pitch to somebody else. You're not pitching to them anymore. So you don't even have to retract your flyers. Okay? You just do a simple tweak on your flyers, on whatever marketing material you have. Just tweak it to the demographic that you are housing and send them out. And of course, because you have the old flyers out there and the old marketing material out there, you're going to get those calls in, and that's okay. You just simply say that right now you don't have room, right? You don't have no beds available. However, when one does come available, you'll let them know. You don't want to burn your bridges, because you can then become a housing referral for someone else. You're not housing them, but you can refer them to someone else and you can make money that way. Okay? So don't burn your bridges, and who knows, maybe in a couple years or later on down the line, you do want to house them. Okay, so you don't want to burn your bridges. Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing the live, honey. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's so sweet. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. Thank you. And for the ones who are afraid of, not even afraid, I heard some people talking about, they're waiting for like their logo t-shirts and their logo, zip ups and sweatshirts. Please don't let that be the reason that you're not out there marketing. It comes in when it comes in. If it's a month from now when you can get the t-shirts, so be it. Who cares? Don't let that stop you. Please get out there. At the very least, what you can do is just get your interview clothes, the same interview clothes that you put on when you're going to interview at a job. Wear those. They are good enough. Okay? You look presentable. You go out there. Okay? Stop letting little things like that get you, all riled up, get you stressed out. It's not that big of a deal. Okay? You can still go out. You don't have to. It's I know it seems big, but it's not. Okay? So you can still do this. An org asked me to host a table, and all I have is flyers and business cards. When is it? When are you due to host? Because flyers are good. You might want to get some brochures though. Get brochures. Okay. Business cards are good. Flyers are good, but make sure you have brochures as well. Hey, Spam. I'm being picky, but I want my branded tablecloth banner brochures. So you're gonna wait? Don't wait. Don't wait, because they're not looking at that. If you have the marketing material, like you said, like your flyers, your business cards, you get your brochures, you don't have to wait for the banner and all that. I'm telling you, they're not looking at that. They're not looking at that. When you get enough money, then you do that. But don't wait, or don't be hesitant, or like, I don't have all my stuff together. It doesn't look the way I want it to look. They're not looking at that. Yeah, I have my designs to make my brochures. Okay, yeah, get your brochures, get your flyers, get your business cards, and then get out there. Okay, you sitting here waiting on a tablecloth, you're tripping. They don't give a damn about no tablecloth. They want to know, do you have room in your housing? Okay, how well is your program put together? Are you worth sending people to? They don't care about no tablecloth. Stop. I'm serious. They really don't. They really don't. Okay, so please get out there. Forget that tablecloth. You'll get it in due time. Okay? But I'm proud of you. Very proud of you. So still saving for my first home. That's cool. A lot of us are still saving. A lot of people are still saving. So don't even worry about that. Take your time. You're going to get there. I promise you. I promise you. Don't even worry about it. Okay? But what demographic are you housing? Did you figure that out yet? Or are you just taking them all in? Because you guys can do that too. Because I house 3 different people with 3 different demographics. Thank you for joining. Did you figure out who you want to house? Are you housing co-ed, or are you just housing men? Oh, okay. Reentry, anti-recovery, and vets. Perfect. I thought you were just going to say vets, like a lot of people. Mainly men first because of larger demographic. That's very true. I house men as well. But yeah, it's up to you guys who you want to house. But please, the veterans, they're well taken care of. Everybody loves the veterans, but they always forget about everybody else. Everybody forgets about everybody else. The traveling nurses need somewhere to go, you guys. Those kids aging out of foster care, turning 18, they need you. Those men coming out of incarceration, those women coming out of incarceration need you. They need you guys. Okay? So please help them. Hey, honey bun. Thank you for liking the live, Eunice. I appreciate you. I really do. I really, really, really do. But do you guys have any questions for me? Because I just want to make sure I don't want you guys to sit on here and I'm not thinking of the questions that you want answered. So if you have a question, just drop it and I'll answer it for you. Got that T.I. song stuck in my head. One second. I have to write myself notes, otherwise I will forget everything as soon as I get off this live. And when you guys are looking for your housing, I always remind you, if you're going to shoot for a home, try to shoot for a 4. Even though I know it's expensive, it's very expensive. However, if you can't get the 4-bedroom, get at least a 3. All right. Anything lower than that, you're not going to be able to help a lot of people, and you're not going to get the return on investment that you want. It's not going to be worth it for you. Okay. So try to shoot for a 4. If not, get a 3. If you cannot find a house, you can do this in an apartment, but be mindful of who you're housing, because if you're housing seniors like I do, you have to get the apartment on the first floor because they come with their walkers and their canes and all kinds of stuff. Okay. So you can absolutely do this in an apartment if you cannot find a house in your area. Okay, Gigi, welcome in, honey. Welcome in. How are you, honey? How are you? Sorry, guys, 1 second. Because I forget everything as soon as I get off this live. The only thing I ask you to do, you guys, you have to be out there and you have to be able to market. Otherwise, nothing is going to work. Okay. Marketing is the backbone of our business. Okay. In order for people to come into your home, to be a part of your housing program, people have to know you exist. Okay. So you have to be on the phones with these counselors, these, get this. Why does my mind keep going blank? I think I need to sleep. I really think I need to sleep. All these housing coordinators, all of them, you need to be on the phone with them, emailing them, calling them, doing the follow-up. Otherwise, it's not going to work the way you think it is. I can promise you that. And one follow-up email is not enough. Okay. They're busy too, you guys. They have mounds of work on their desk. You're not the only email that they receive today. Okay, so once you follow up once and you don't hear back from them, it's not they're not interested. No, they probably didn't even see it. Okay, so you have to keep following up. They will get back to you eventually, but I don't want you to stop at just one follow-up call or one follow-up email. Okay, you got to be on them. We're on them. You got to be on them, okay? Job, thanks for coming by, honey bun. What's going on? What is going on? Roxy, hey baby, what's going on? Storm Lotus, hey baby, thank you for joining. Yeah, you guys, let me know if you have any questions. I'll be very happy to answer them. All right, for those who are just joining and you don't know about the housing department, it's a whole community over there. It was lit yesterday. I don't know if y'all were over there. You should have been. You should have joined yesterday. But if you're not familiar with the housing department, it is a community. It is mentorship. All right. When you get over there, you're going to be welcomed. Everybody's going to welcome you, of course. Okay. You're going to be able to secure your first property if that's what you want. Second, if that's what you want. Even your third, you'll be able to scale, provided that you do the work, right? You physically have to do it. All right. You'll get shown how to even get paid referrals, right? Even if you don't have a house yet. You'll still be able to make money even if you don't have a house yet. All right. You're going to get step-by-step training. I know some of us, like myself, like I just mentioned before, if you're afraid to call the organizations by yourself, we hop on a call with you. All right. So you're not alone. All right. That is like literally the best part, because I don't like talking to agencies anyway. Okay. You're going to get a solid list of organizations. You're going to get proven scripts, proven templates to use. We got you. I promise. You're not going to fail. All right. The only reason you're going to fail is from you. All right. If you don't get up and actually move and do it. Is Terrence Garcia in my live? Hold on. There goes the man of the hour. Hold on. Just talking about you. I thought you were over there at the housing department. Hold up. Let me see if I can get Terrence up there. You're in the audience. I thought you were over there. There's a clear game plan, you guys. Clear game plan for you. So you're not going to be alone. Everybody in the community is very, very helpful. Okay. You got questions, there's answers. You got problems, we got solutions. Okay. You do have to do the work. Just follow the steps, you guys. It's all there for you. Just follow the steps. Okay. I am considering joining. My current community is okay, but I think it still needs some development. Kira, if you want to be with the best community, come to death row. It's like, no, I'm serious. No, come to the housing department. Okay. What is it that you're not getting, Kira, over there? Do you get addendum signed by, landlords for permission to rent? Yeah, we get the master lease. We get master leases. I am setting up my CRM now to start marketing. Yes. Perfect. But Kira, let me ask you this, because this is important. What is your current community not doing? What are they not doing for you that you feel like it could be better? Let me know. How did you fund the initial security deposit and furniture for the first home? Well, to be honest with you, I just took it out of my savings. I took the security deposit in the first month's rent. I took it out of my savings. For the furniture, I tell all my people, you don't have to spend money on furniture. You can go get donations, okay? Facebook Marketplace, secondhand. We're not buying anything new, okay? If we can help it. 9 out of 10 times, they're not going to take care of it the way that you would anyway. You want to make it nice. You want to make it decent. I mean, it doesn't have to look overly fancy, but it has to be decent. But you don't have to necessarily buy anything new. Okay? A lot of people save little by little from their paycheck for their first property. I feel like I am moving along alone, so to speak. There is a classroom, but it's not necessarily in. Like, who's not in the classroom? Oh, it's not in order and not clear. Oh, Kara, come to the housing department, girl. Everything's in order. Step-by-step order. Okay? You're going to get a clear game plan. Yeah, that would be a little frustrating. I would be frustrated. Yeah. And everybody over there is very helpful. Okay? Very, very helpful. Okay? They drop their wins, how many properties they had, what they said to the landlord, every milestone, people throw their wins in, and we celebrate it. And I think it's really good. I think it's really, really good. Because we got to cheer you on. It feels good when you do a little milestone and you get praised for it. It feels good. Thank you, baby, for following me. I appreciate you. Hey, Tori. With Terrence Garcia, he is great. He's over there. He's there. You're going to see him. He's probably over there now. Yes, Terrence is there. Absolutely. So you're getting like a 2-for-1. He is great. Do you provide a script? Jackie, of course, we can use to speak. Yes, we provide scripts. Absolutely. What's most of that? My personal script for after. Oh, I didn't even know you guys wanted that. Like, cause that was like my own little personal thing. Cause you know how my nerves are. But if you want that, I'll drop that in the community. I didn't even know anybody was paying attention to that. But Jackie, it's literally the same thing you would say if they were on the phone with you during the daytime. I just call them after hours. It's the same script, but we're just calling them after hours. It's the same thing. Hey, awesome, Coach Nisi. Group home. I know that's right. It's great. Awesome. Where are the details for the housing department? That is in my bio. You'll see it once you click. It'll say THD, the housing department. And once you click, everything that comes with it is all laid out so you know exactly what you're going to get. There's no surprises, okay? Sweet Rose Tea. Hi, baby. How are you? Ah, there goes my baby. Yeah, everything is in a bio. Once you click it, everything's going to drop down and you can read everything that you're going to get in the community. I'm telling you, it's lit over there, y'all. Everybody's helpful. Everybody's helpful. I know that's right. Me too. Me too. Fiona Farewell, thank you for joining. Sabrina, thank you, baby. Thank you, honey bun. Balmer said, hey, Sweet Rose. Oh, you guys know each other? Y'all know each other from the streets? Ronnie's World, thank you for joining. If you guys have questions, drop them below and I will answer them for you. Okay? If weekly live coaching is what you need, it is there for you. Okay? You can ask all your questions, all your concerns, all the what ifs. It's there. Okay? And it's there for you. Hey, Miss Safari, what's going on? Hi, Mandy. Thank you guys for joining. Mandy, I hate to call you out, but are you thinking about independent living? Did you get your house yet? Okay, she's in a lot of communities. I know she's always helpful. Awesome. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. I like her very, very much. Oh, sorry, baby. I won't ask you any more questions. Okay, let me let you drive. Real Motivation, thank you for joining. Yeah, you guys just let me know. And let me just remind you guys, please, we're not licensed clinicians. Living life, hi, baby. We're not licensed clinicians. We are not physicians. We are not counselors. We're not sponsors. So please stay strictly with the housing. Do not operate outside of your scope. That's the quickest way to get shut down. This is shared housing, independent living, co-living, whichever one you want to call it. They're interchangeable. That's what we do. We are housing operators. We are not doing any of that. All right. If you want to provide wraparound services like a lot of people do, you can do wraparound services or stack services, people call it. But those services have to be a separate entity. It has to be a different business. You can own those separate businesses, but it has to be a separate business. Okay, you cannot open your independent living or your co-living and then because you're a CNA, you start doing the CNA things. You can't do that. Now you can own a different business doing home health and offer those services, but you can't mix it. Okay. Was just looking at the community so you can learn to get paid as a referral agent. Yeah, of course, exactly. Even if you don't have a house, right? Because you don't want to put people on waiting lists. When people are calling you, they need a house. They need a roof over their head like today. They can't wait until you find a property. No one wants to be homeless that long until you find your property. So when someone sends you a referral and you cannot house them, you refer them out and then you get paid. Okay, that is another way to get some money. Hi, honey. How are you? How have you been? Robert 2771K. Thank you for sharing the live, baby. I appreciate you. Hey, Arlette. Yes, you can get paid to be a referral, which is kind of cool. I'm good. I've been searching for you. I'm here. I was just on here yesterday. 5 o'clock. I come on 5 o'clock, usually once a week. This is random, actually. This is real random. But I'm usually on at 5 o'clock on Thursdays. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate you. But what you been up to? Good things, I hope. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate you. On Thursdays, I come on Thursdays, 5 o'clock. Where were you yesterday? Where were you? Missing in action. The fun. Hey, honey bun. Does everyone pay their rent by the 5th of each month? Yeah. In my houses they do, because they all get either paid on the 1st or the 3rd. So yes. But if that is your standard, if that is your rule in your house, then yes, you can make it a rule. We all have the same core structure. Okay? We have the same core structure. We all don't have the same rules. Everybody's rules may slightly differ. How we run our homes may be slightly different, but the core structure stays the same. So you might make people pay the rent by the 5th. I say the 3rd. You know what I mean? Like that. I'm going to say, work girl. I know that's right. Do they pay with cash or money order? I accept both. I'm a simple girl, right? I accept cash, money order. I accept Cash App, through the business Cash App. I also am able to send them a link where they're able to put their credit or debit card number in there, and they could just wire it to me, and I get it that way. The only form of payment that I will not accept is a personal check. I don't do that. I really want to do this, but my income is so tight. Jen Mitchell, I know you're preaching to the choir. Like, I get it. You think I was like, oh, I'm going to spend all my savings, like majority of my savings with confidence? No, it hurt. Like, but you can do this. People, just take your time. Okay. If you're working right now, you just save a little bit, a little at a time. Treat it like you're about to move into a new place. Just a little at a time, little at a time. You're going to get there. Okay. Thank you. Oh, baby. Thank you, sweet Rose. Thank you, baby. You'll be able to do this, Jen. I'm telling you, people who are working CNAs, home health, it is tight, right? Money is tight. Make a little sacrifices. They're putting it away because they want it. They want it bad, and I get it. I get it. It can be done. It could be done. It could be done. I'm gonna say I'm gonna put it on my. Yes, it be lit on Thursdays. Where are you at? My sweet rose tea. I do all shared rooms. In the beginning, I did private, but you can do whatever it is that however you want to set it up. If you do shared, you're going to receive more income because you're helping more people. You can do all shared, one private. You could do half and half. Okay? But most of us do shared because it brings in more profit. How? Can I get paid sending referrals? If you don't have, Michael, do you have your house? If you have your house, right, and it's already filled, 9 times out of 10, this is how it's gonna work. It doesn't. Let me say it like this: if once your house is filled, you have already marketed, so your marketing material and agencies already know who you are. They're going to continue to call you, okay, to house these people that they're sending over to you, but you can't house them, right? So you send those people to someone else for a fee. Or if you don't have your house yet, no house, but you've already marketed, right? You've already put all your marketing material out there. You made your phone calls, your emails. Now people are calling you to house these people. You have no house. no problem. You just accept them and you send them to someone else for a fee. Okay, you refer them to someone else. You don't have to have a house. You just place them somewhere else. And you said, do you save up enough money to get your house? Yeah, that's how a lot of us did it. That's exactly how a lot of us have done it. I didn't get a house yet. Okay, I need you to tell me how to. Michael, it's easy. Like, what do you want to know? Drop the question in there. Like, how to get a house. Zillow, Redfin, Facebook Market, apartments.com. Like, what do you mean? That's where we find our houses. Those red signs in the front of the yard. What do you mean? Sweet Rose Tea, thank you, baby, for liking my live. I appreciate you. You know I always appreciate you. Whoopee, thanks for joining. What's going on, Ellie? Tell me what you mean, Michael. You need to know how to get the house. Where do most of your people come from? My people have come from SSVF and SSVF programs. There's a charity in my town, a Catholic charity. I got a couple referrals from the hospital. The agencies in the hospital, like, those are the two where I get my people from. It really doesn't switch up too much. I get single people who call me, like, who may have ran into a flyer or saw it online or something. But I do get single people that's not attached to agencies, but majority it's from an agency. Does everyone have access to the kitchen 24/7? Yeah, I let them. I don't want to make it feel so restrictive because there's already rules in place. And those rules, for people who've been living on their own forever, they're used to freedom, doing whatever they want to do, however, regardless of what that freedom might look like, they're used to doing that. So when you're placing house rules on them, even basic house rules could feel very restrictive to them, right? So me adding even more stricter rules, it's not going to work. So I do allow them to have the, go to the kitchen. Like, I'm not going to tell you don't go to the kitchen. That's wild to me. That's wild to me. You don't want to be too restrictive, you guys. Have your house rules and you stick to them, right? Stick to your house rules, but don't be unrealistically strict, because it feels like prison. And especially if they're attached to, like, agencies, if they're coming from an agency, they're going to talk shit about you. They're going to tell their counselor, this is what's going on. I can't be in the kitchen. The curfew's at 8. And once enough people give bad feedback, they're not really going to want to send anybody to you. Does everyone have a certain day to do laundry? Yeah, I do post it only because, not because they fight a lot about laundry. It's more about conserving the water and the energy bill. So I pick certain times. During the weekends, it's whatever, because that's when it's at its lowest. But during the weekday, they have certain times to do the laundry. So you guys can do that. Like, check in your town or in your city and just Google when is the best time to do the laundry. Like, when's the lowest it can be? Mine is the weekends. So I let them wild out on the weekend. But Monday through Friday is certain hours. Thank you guys for joining. Sweet and Sour, thank you for following, baby. Smart Money. Angela, thank you for liking my live, baby. I appreciate you. But yeah, that's another way to save money on that water bill. Sweet and Sour, no, we don't do security deposits, but what we do, right? What we do is a community fee. Okay, my community fee is $150. You can set it to what you want. What we use the community fee for is cleaning supplies, toiletries, paper towels. You might need some administration things like pens, like paper for your business. It's all for the house, all for the business. It is very much non-refundable. Very much non-refundable. Do you think no washer or dryer is a deal breaker? Yes, I think it's very much a deal breaker, because depending on who you house, like I house seniors. Like, can you imagine them struggling down the street with their bags? You know? So that's a deal breaker for me. And you want to have that too, because it's something good to offer. Like, we're offering free Wi-Fi, you know, access to the living room, kitchen, dining room, free washer and dryer. You want to have that because it's very attractive. Okay? Laundromat is around the corner. But what community are you serving? You still don't want your seniors dragging their bags to the laundromat. And plus, like I said, it's very attractive when you have that on site. People love that. Just the dry. I'm crying. Wet clothes. Dry. It said free dryer. I'm weak. So they gotta wash their clothes at the laundromat, then come home and dry them. You're out of order. You're out of order. How does the eviction process work if the client stopped paying? Okay, Elizabeth. Whatever your policies and procedures, whatever it says in there, whatever you have, you follow that. However, let me tell you this, because a lot of people get this wrong. You can serve them a notice to vacate, right? And give them 2 days, 3 days, 7 days, whatever it is that you give them. However, most of them leave quietly. They broke the rule, they gotta go. However, you may come across that client who's not going quietly because they don't have anywhere to go, right? They're gonna fight you tooth and nail because they don't want to be outside. There's no piece of paper that we have that's gonna say they have to leave. It's just not there. You would have to go through the eviction process with them if it comes to it. Okay, I know there's a lot of misinformation, like, oh, here, give them yeah, you can give it to them. They can take it and they can leave. But if they choose to take it there with you, you got to go there. You know, you have to go through the eviction process. Does everyone pay the same amount per bed? Yes. Except for if they're like in a private room. Private room people pay a different pay than the people who share. But the people in the same room, it's the same. So I own an apartment building. Okay, I pay for the water, but no one has a washer and dryer in unit. So how are your clients going to wash and dry their clothes? And it's in an apartment, so you gotta walk up and down the steps. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me? Please don't be housing seniors if they have to walk up and down those steps. And you're making it hard for the people. Yeah, Elizabeth, it comes with the territory though. It really comes with the territory. A lot of us never seen that process though. Like I had to do evictions. I had to give them their paper, their notice to vacate. They leave. You know, they leave it. The way you meet these people, right? That standard that you hold, you keep it there. Like that professionalism that you first meet them with, you keep it there. Don't go be all buddy and sister girl in these people, okay? Because that level of respect will drop. And if they do something wrong and it's time for them to go, they're not going to look at you as an authority. They're not going to take you seriously. So keep that respect that you have, that professionalism right there. Do not drop it. Usually they leave. Like, usually it's not a problem. But there's going to come a time possibly where they won't leave. And you will have to go through that process. One resident has income, $2,500. The other has $1,000. Would you charge each $800? Sweet and sour, where do you live? The numbers have to make sense. It has to make sense. I mean, you could, because look around in your area. What are they charging? Is your price too high? Is it too low? People play games, especially when they start getting mail at the address. I know. I get it. I get your fears. But this is why we pick the demographic that we pick, right? What you pick. This is why we screen. But even if you do the best of the screening, right? Some of them are going to get past you because people will lie to your face. They do it all the time. But it is a gamble, right? But you go with your gut feeling. You go with your gut feeling of, okay, this person, they seem like they're going to be a problem from the start. You don't have to house them. All right. But majority of the time, from what I've seen, it's few and far between when it comes to people trying to take you through the process. But again, that is a possibility. Yeah, dang, sorry. It's okay. Do you allow them to get mail? I do. Because they're on SSI. And if they don't receive those informational letters, if they don't receive a letter and they have to send something back, then their benefits get cut off, and then they got to go through a whole, ring around the rosy. That happened to me before. He didn't get a letter. He didn't change his address quickly enough. And he didn't get a letter. And it was like 2 months. 2 months. I let him rock in the house for 2 months, no pay. But I used discernment, you guys. I wasn't like, oh, I hope he pays. I knew it. I knew he was a good guy. I knew he wasn't gonna, because every day he's calling me like, okay, can you help me call the people? Can you help me call them? I really do want to pay you. I'm gonna pay you, like, every day, to the point was like, it's okay. Like, they have to do what they have to do. They're gonna get back to you. I know you're gonna pay. And when that check hit, it was like, I don't know, very early in the morning though. He was like, the money's here. I'm about to send it to you. So I do. I do. I don't want to mess up their benefits. How and where do you meet these people? I don't meet them. They get sent to me through different agencies. Like, depending on who you want to house, right? You might not know who you want to house. So you want to kind of broaden your horizons and just market to whomever until you get your fit. You can market to the men's shelter, the women's shelter, the women's battered shelter, the foster care system, any hospitals, the rehab centers, the AA meetings, the NA meetings. You can go out there and you can market there. My first month, and I have to send a lady on her way. It happened. She left, then came back and refused to leave. Why did you let her come back? Hey, honey, why would you do that? Excuse me. First timer, let me drop all your questions. That's what you got to do. What you got to do. File them papers and get her up out of there. Playing around, getting free room and board. One is receiving retirement. Okay. The other is receiving SSI, Tennessee. Okay. Well, if they're in the same room, charge them the same. Don't do that. Don't charge one higher than the other, especially if it's a shared room. And then we don't get paid. People that are required to register as an SO, do they deny them to protect your property? I haven't had any, but I don't. My house isn't. Okay, there's a school, but it's like, it's a far ways. But I haven't had any SOs who applied, who have called. I don't have any. So, but would I think I would. I mean, I don't, if it was like away from the school, away from like any daycares, away from, I think I would. I haven't come across it, but is everyone allowed to check the mailbox? I let them check the mailbox, um, and all the mail goes right on the table. They bring in all the mail and put it on the table, and they grab their mail. Like they don't have problems like that. Like the demographic I have, they're older, they're seniors, they're not with the BS. Do you base your price on 1-bedroom apartments? I base my price off of what's in my area, like how the prices are in my area, because a lot of people have this model, but they're more or less like boarding houses, and I kind of price my beds off of them in my area. Yep, I charge community fees. Of course. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Anytime. Anytime, anytime. So yeah, I think it's a great way, not just to help the community. Like, yeah, your community is getting help, which I think is just the greatest thing ever. I think it's dope. Um, you're helping yourself, right? You are literally helping yourself. Like I was telling everybody before, I literally was able to leave my job. Like I was able to leave it and not feel like anxiety because I left. Like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do for money now? Like it was not like that. Once my home was up and running, I was out of there. Should I start marketing and making a wait list now, even though I haven't got the property yet? Yeah, you start marketing now. The wait list, I don't ever. Okay. Wait list become useless because if you don't have a house now, when people are calling you, they want a house now. They're homeless now, and it's really selfish to make them wait because you don't have their house. You don't have a house. By the time you circle back to get them, when you get your house, they're already going to have somewhere to live, which is good for them because now they're no longer homeless. You see, it just the list becomes useless because by the time you get the house, they're gone. They're already housed. But yes, market, absolutely market. Absolutely market. Get those partnerships with each of those agencies, each of those rehab centers, each of those shelters, whomever you're marketing to. Get those relationships. That's what you want to work on. So when I market, should I give people like an estimated date? I'll be open. Yeah. When you're pitching to the agencies, of course. You can. Or you could just say we'll soon be open. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Chrissy. Absolutely. For the assigned chores, how do you go about that? I have not. I didn't make a list. There's no Monday, Mr. Terry does this. Tuesday, Brian has to do. I haven't. I haven't done that. I haven't. I haven't done that because because if one person is doing one chore way too long, they're gonna say something like, "I took out the garbage 3 weeks in a row." This person, so they are really starting to be really good with that now. Before it was a little chaotic because one person would always just mop the kitchen floor. There's always just that one person, and they're like, "Hey, I'm always the only one that's mopping the floor." Then I'm like, "Hey, what are we doing?" Have a talk with them. Now everybody's pretty much on the same page. But if it happens to come up again, it hasn't in a couple months, so I think they got it together. So it worked itself out. I didn't do the assigned chores. Sis, any verbiage on what to say as a referral agent to case managers, social workers, and other places? Um, let's see. Are you talking about like when someone refers when an agency refers someone to you, like when they're referring them to you because they know you, you've pitched to them, they're referring them to you because you have the house. You can choose to accept them if you know someone in the vicinity, or if you know someone like hold on, let me put a pin in that this is a great way. Like, this is why I was talking about the mentorship. This is why I was talking about the community. When someone has a referral, say I have a house, the agency's calling me, I can't house them, or I have no house, I can't house them, but they're calling me. I drop it in the community and say, hey, I have a 62-year-old male in Wisconsin. Does anybody want him? $150 fee. Somebody's gonna grab him up. Okay, that's how it works. Do you understand? The agencies are calling you. You can't house them either because you don't have any room or you don't have a house. You then refer that person to someone else. Okay. I was gonna say the effing the housing department is really, really good with that. The mentorship is really, really good with that because so many people are dropping referrals left and right. People are grabbing referrals left and right because they need to get their housing started. They need people in their house. But Sweet Rose Tea, can you DM me? Can you DM me? Are you live every day? No, honey bun. I'm usually live on Thursday at 5 o'clock. Today was just, who knows? I was just feeling like coming live. Do you use room dividers for multiple beds? I have like the room divider curtain. Yep. Okay. Hey, April. What's going on? But yeah, in the housing department, I'm telling you, people are dropping referrals left and right, which is really cool because that's a really good way to, get your houses filled. If you don't have the partnerships with the agencies yet, and you're just now getting out there, and you're just now trying to get your name out there, and you're kind of waiting to see, who calls you back, and you're sending out the emails and the calls, and you're waiting a little bit. People are dropping referrals every day, so you can grab them up and you can get people filled in your house. So I think that is dope. Thursday 5 Eastern time. Holistic, thank you for dropping in. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, over in the housing department, I'm telling you, there's a solid list of organizations. There's proven scripts that you got. There's scripts. So you're not just babbling. You're not just, going off the cuff and just making up stuff. Stick to the script because the script works. Okay. And there's proven templates, you guys. It's set up. Again, it's set up so that you can't fail. There's too much help over there. If you fail, it's because you're sitting there and you're doing nothing. You physically have to do the things. Okay, you have to do the things. If you do the things over there, it's going to work. Okay, it will work. Everybody over there is there to help you. They might be a little further than you because they joined before you, but they're there to help you too. Everybody wants to see you succeed. Okay, it doesn't look good in the community if you're not succeeding, right? Makes sense? Like, you're going to succeed. As long as you put the work in, you're going to be fine. Everyone's very helpful. You got questions, they got answers. All right, you have a problem, we got solutions. We know what you're going to have trouble with. It's the same thing, okay? We got you. Thank you for the heart me. I like your name, Monica. Sweet Rose, thank you, baby, for liking the live. Thank you for liking the live. It is a clear game plan for you guys. I promise. I promise. Hand to heart. You know I wouldn't lie to you. Okay. She's laughing at me. Yeah, your name scared me for a second. It's about to block you. Okay. Thanks for joining, you guys. Sweet Rose, thank you, baby. A clear game plan. A clear game plan. Everybody is very encouraging. If you join, don't be afraid. Say hi. Don't act like you don't know me when I get over there. Okay. Because it's a lot. It's a lot of information. It's a lot of good vibes. People are dropping their successes over there. It's exciting. It's exciting. Sweet and Sour, thank you for liking the live. I appreciate you. As long as you're able to follow steps, which I know by now we're able to follow steps, you're going to be fine. Nobody's going to be rushing you, like, hurry up and do, like, no. You do it. You do your steps. You need help, I'm here. If you have a question, Terrence got you. You got a question, the community is going to help you, okay? It is in my bio, and you'll see, once you click it, it's going to say THD, right? The housing department. And once you click it, a pop-up is going to come up, and it's going to tell you everything that you're going to get before you ever join, okay? So you know exactly what's going down over there. Okay? That community is very helpful. Very helpful. And I love it because when I first started, I didn't have a community, you guys. Like, literally, I was bumping my head. I was bumping my head trying to figure it out. Okay, how do I scale? How do I get to my second house? What is the exact words I need to say to get these people's attention so they can send me people? You know, like, it was all trial and error. But now it's made so easy. Like, you have 2-bedroom. I wouldn't advise it. You'll help about 4 people, but you won't, I don't know what it is that you want, but I know you won't get the profit that you're looking for with the 2-bedroom. 3 or better. Get a 3 or better. Is there any way to connect with your LA CA students to see my available units? You would have to be in the group. You would have to be in the community. I mean, that would be helpful to them, but you gotta be a part of the club. I don't know what to tell you. Rocky Nicole, thank you for joining, baby. Yes, it's lit over there. That way you can tell the people what units you have so they can snatch them up. I do have mixed population. I don't have one house for this set of people and the other house for another set of people. I house mental health, I house veterans, and I house seniors. Well, they're all seniors, but I house those demographics in one house. You're welcome. Sweet and Sour, thank you for liking my live, baby. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. But yeah, this is one of the I'm not going to say easiest, but just men. I don't house the women. I just have senior men. This is one of the easier, thank you, business models to get into, because you don't have to drop like 30,000, right? 50,000, as if you would if you were opening up, a lower level assistant living, right? And the money's still good. Thank you for liking my live. Okay, I heard there were easier to house. You're hearing correctly. You're hearing right. That's been my experience. So they are a lot easier, and they take it a lot. It might be not all men, but a lot of them really don't like to cook like that, so it keeps my gas bill a little lower. You know, they use the hell out that microwave though, but that just might be at my house. Can you provide a brief summary of how it works? Elizabeth, how what works? Tell me, so I can give you a brief summary. She laughing at me, that's funny. But I'm serious. They wore the hell out that microwave. It's probably on its last leg. I probably need to get a new one. Yes, they are twin beds. They all have twin beds in their rooms. Every single room, double beds. How to get paid to house the homeless? Oh, Elizabeth, did you just get here, baby? Okay, well, fine. Yep, no problem. What we do is we house the homeless, okay? And when people think of homeless, they think of, the people laying in the street, stuff like that. Not all people are just laying in the street. Not all homeless are on the street. Homeless people are couch surfing. They're living in their cars. They're over their friend's house every day. Like, they're homeless, all right? There are different organizations that are out here who help house these different individuals. It could be veterans. It could be women and children. It could be people who are about to age out of foster care, who are soon going to be homeless. Women in the domestic centers, homeless men in the men's shelters. Essentially, they are homeless. They are without a home, okay? However, majority of these people do come with an income, all right? They have SSI, SSDI, their veteran benefits, their pension. They have benefits, okay? What we do is we reach out to different organizations, different programs, different agencies, different charities, different rehabs, different hospitals, and we pitch our program. We tell them what we have to offer, right? And depending on the need, if they have any clients, they will then essentially refer them to our home. We house them. We deal strictly with housing. We don't do any medication. We don't do any nursing, anything medical. We only provide affordable shared living housing. That's it. Again, how we get paid is private pay, or the agency that sends them over will pay for them. That's usually how we get paid. If it is all men, do you feel secure going there? But these men is old and yeah, like I don't feel any way. They never made me feel, uneasy. The youngest person I got there is Brian, and he's probably like, what is Brian? 39, 40? Yeah, he's the youngest. I think he's 40, but he has like mental health. So he's the youngest that I have. But I don't feel a way. They never made me feel that way yet, No, I don't have any private rooms. When I initially opened, I had one, and I shut that down and just made it a 2. I'm currently dropping $25K to renovate 2 side-by-side units on the first floor to do. Do you do real estate? Because you just said you had a unit in LA. You're welcome. Be love. I have one building. Okay. And you have one unit open? Is that what you said? You only have one unit open? Dior to you. Thank you for joining, baby. Oh, it's inherited. Okay. Is anybody in the building? Are you renting out the whole building, or do you only have one unit left? Well, you need to rent them out to the ILH operators. Thank you, baby. Thank you for sending that, Rose. I appreciate you. Yes, 8 units occupied. Okay. Well, you need to get in the community and tell people about that unit so they can get it from you if you're not using it. Thank you for liking my live, baby. Appreciate you. Yeah. Not the thumbs up. Don the boss. What's going on, honey bun? But yeah, you guys, this is independent living. One of the best things about it is all we do is structured housing. It is a weight off of our shoulders. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? We don't have to cook for them. They are independent, hence the word, right? They are independent. They can cook for themselves. They can clean for themselves. They can make their own appointments. That's why they're able to live there, because they're independent. When they start needing help, they can't go to the grocery store. They can't make their own appointments. See, then that's going into assistance. Okay? So everybody in your home does have to be independent. Excuse me. Now, that's not to say, because I have done this, okay? That's not to say if they needed help, right? Because I have taken someone to the pharmacy before. I have helped somebody grocery shop before. But it's not a service. I don't offer it as a service. I did it as a courtesy. We can't offer services. So what I then did was, because it was like grocery shopping and stuff like that, I taught them how to use the app to order their groceries. So you don't need me, right? You don't need me. And that's what you guys can do too, because sometimes they will, they don't. And that's why we keep our houses near a bus route, you guys. That's very important. Very important. I know you want to get some of these really nice houses that are far out there, but there's no bus route. No bueno, don't do it. I am out here in PA, honey bun. Make sure your houses are on a bus route. Okay. Make sure there's washer and dryer, you guys. Come on. And make sure you're offering resources. We don't offer services, right? But we do offer resources. We do want to make the environment conducive to them thriving, right? We want to make sure they have listings of jobs, listings of food banks, listings of the Department of Public Welfare, listings of food pantries, all the information there on your bulletin board or your cork board, or whatever you want to call it, your information board. Make sure they have resources, okay? You want me with the wash? You started it. Talk about you're not giving them people no washer and dryer, just a free dryer. You're going to hell. And poor people got them people in wet clothes. Thank you guys for joining. What's going on? Thank you for liking the live, Linda. Lisa. Yeah. And also some of you have like a little preference of, wanting to put your house in like a really nice neighborhood. And I get it. But HOAs, don't do it. Those really, like those Class A nice neighborhoods where everything looks completely the same, kind of like the Dr. Seuss houses, I wouldn't do it because they're very nosy. They're very, very, very nosy. Okay. And if you are one of those states who needs zoning, you better believe they're going to oppose it. They're going to oppose it. So get it in a, a decent neighborhood. Glow affirmation. Hi, baby. Hold on 1 second. I just can't see something. Thank you for the likes, you guys. I appreciate y'all. Sweet Rose T. Hold on, I gotta check something out. What is this new stuff up here? Okay, sorry. Okay, yeah, just let me know if you guys have any questions. Because otherwise I think I'm going to jump off, because I just wanted to pop on and see who was over here and see if my people that joined the mentorship came on tonight. Because I've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes, you guys. That's pretty good for me. All right. So I'm going to go if no one else has any questions. I hope to see you over there in the mentorship, you guys. I'm telling you, it's lit over there. I'm proud of them. I'm really, really proud of them. It's very helpful. It's the amount of support you'll get is incredible. Okay. You can't lose. Just do what you need to do. Do the work. And you're going to be fine. You're going to be just fine. All right. So let me go. I will talk to you guys. I don't know. I want to say next Thursday, but it may be sooner. Thanks so much for. Oh, you're welcome, baby. You're welcome. But I'll see you sometime soon. Okay. It's been fun. See you guys. All right. Bye, baby. I'll see you.